There'll be moments when you'll bloom fully and then wilt, only to bloom again. If we can learn anything from flowers, it's that resilience is born, even when we feel like we're dying. I am Blake. I was born in Gary, Indiana. I am one of 5 siblings raised by parents who were both educators. Most summer days when we were younger, my friends and I played 3 games of baseball and then rode our bikes to our friend's house to go swimming. Then, when we became high schoolers and got cars, we spent most of our summer vacations at the one-of-a-kind national park beaches along Lake Michigan. We were imperfectly perfect. We still are. As a kid, I dreamed of being a politician or an entrepreneur. It seemed to have been written in my stars. My classmates elected me to student council every year from 7th grade up until my senior year. Back in May of 2004, I was a politician. Things were going well. My career looked bright. I was a candidate for a high-profile and powerful political office. It was my race to lose. On the second Sunday of that month, I was the guest of honor at a megachurch along the Chicago and Indiana border. 5,000 frenzied members gave me a rousing standing ovation, getting fully behind my campaign. Then the minister ascended the pulpit and delivered a fiery sermon about the evils of homosexuality. All 5,000 of those members stood and furiously cheered with their loving hatred. None of those rabid oxymorons knew my secret. I held a press conference and left politics shortly after that experience, leaving that hatred behind and moving west to Arizona to finally find my way to become comfortable and happy with who I am as a gay man. Numerous times over the years, I've been urged to get back into politics. I certainly considered getting back into the saddle again, but a strange twist of fate led me to becoming a writer instead. Probably not at all what my friends and family expected from me. Going from Ronald Reagan to J.K. Rowling. I haven't just dipped my foot into the pool either. I've jumped into all of this with a bohemian cannonball splash. Being a writer, it's sort of like being a politician. You've got to get your message in front of people to be successful. And I've done just that. Much of my writing has been about producing true, short stories from my life. Those stories being published in a wide variety of magazines and newspapers. Life is interesting that way. Full of surprises. I like what I'm doing. And people were starting to get behind my creative career once they saw how successful it was becoming and the happiness that brought me. But then, everything changed. On December 21st, 2011, I was home asleep in my loft. 3 men entered my home. I was held down, beaten, and raped. I was able to break free at one point and made a chilling 911 call.
911, what's your emergency?
The emergency dispatcher documented hearing the rape and attack happening live. 4 officers arrived to find me surrounded by the 3 perpetrators. I informed the officers that one of the men had been my domestic partner of nearly a decade. They were all aware I am a gay man. The police report states each of the men were drunk. Upon the officers' arrival, I was only wearing ripped, blood-splattered underwear. There was semen dappling part of my body. There was broken furniture in the bloody crime scene. The officers documented in the police report that they saw visible signs of injury to me. I could not give consent while sleeping. That is the very definition of a sexual assault. There were no arrests made. Eventually, a former FBI special agent was brought in and completed an independent investigation of this violence against me. His detailed report states that it is almost certain that police treated me differently because of who I am. They treated me like a Dixie cup, like another throwaway gay. I sustained injuries to parts of my neck and back and my left leg that evening. But the worst injury was the one to my brain. Therapists also diagnosed me with PTSD. For many years, I struggled badly with nightmares, depression, isolation, and suicidal moments. Therapists would subsequently diagnose me with dissociative amnesia. It is a rare condition that rendered me unable to remember most of the violence I experienced. That is until several years later, when a trigger finally began opening up memories from that trauma. The challenges I faced after the trauma were seemingly insurmountable. There was the PTSD, the isolation, the loneliness, the anger, the gaslighting, the depression, and the inability to trust people. It was the devastating betrayal. My God, how I loved him. Please, don't let it be him. But the worst of it all was during the nearly 3-year period when I was cloaked in darkness, when I was in the depths of the abyss, unable to recall what caused the pain and the injuries and the betrayal, being chased frequently by the nightmares. That was a wickedly confusing time for me. Occasionally, memories from that traumatic night would appear to me, and then they were gone, like haunting flickers of light. Was it real? Was I awake? Or was I still in the nightmare? It became hard to tell. I was trapped in Dante's Inferno and one of the circles of hell, spiraling into more uncertainty and pain. I needed to end it. And on that dark autumn night at 10:44 p.m., I was ready to go.
Like, why are you doing that? Are you one of those bad parts of the body, doctor?
It's not our fault. The jokes wrote them. So, how, I don't know.
It all began when an unexpected moment of laughter from the Late Show with Stephen Colbert stopped me from dying by suicide at 10:44 p.m. on November 2nd, 2015. That simple joke and subsequent laughter was the disruption in my life and put me on a determined mission, all while impacting so many others along the way to recovering from the trauma and to reaching my symbolic goal. The universe, a higher power, crazy good luck. Perhaps it was a combination of all of these. The Late Show arrived at exactly the right time that evening, setting in motion my hero's journey, which has developed into plenty more than simply trying to become a guest on this popular TV comedy show. It's become a thrilling adventure of human connection to share colorful written stories of determination. Those 33,384 individuals on 508 giant foam boards. The boards became a representation of much more than just getting on the Late Show. They are a powerful display of human connection, love, and belonging. The boards are a colorful reminder for so many people of the life-sustaining necessity of connection. And I will share the incredible power of laughter even when all seems lost. It's a thrilling adventure of hope and happiness that was ignited by one simple joke. I am an artist. I am a spouse. I am an activist. I am a survivor. I am here for a reason. I am making a difference. I am worthy of this life. I am Blake.